Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center, where we specialize in narcissistic and emotional abuse. Actually, we specialize in ending and treating narcissistic and emotional abuse. There are two concepts that are absolutely critical to consider and to embrace to bring about change in your life. Those two concepts are intervention and boundaries. Anytime that you're going to embark upon ending narcissistic and emotional abuse, you must have a handle on the concepts of intervention and boundaries. Okay, what is an intervention? An intervention is a disruptive step that you take, a rocking of the boat, an intervention into the status quo, so that you're saying, the ways that we are living will no longer work for me. I will no longer tolerate sarcasm. I will no longer tolerate angry outbursts that damage my self-esteem. I will no longer tolerate stonewalling and not talking about critical issues. I will no longer tolerate being powered over. All right, you have got to have this sense of conviction that leads to a sense of clarity, that leads to the wonderful feeling of courage, and then that brings about real change. Again, what happens here? Conviction. We experience the breakdown that leads to the breakthrough. We will no longer tolerate things. We have this sense of conviction that leads to clarity, that leads to courage, that leads to change. So an intervention involves actions performed to bring about change in another person. Can we really change them? Well, of course not. But changing us changes everyone around us in some way, because we're no longer going to interact in the same ways that we used to interact. Intervention, again, is disruption. We're modifying our behavior and our emotional states to bring about change in this relationship. So what it sounds like is this: I will no longer tolerate specific actions, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, powering over, walking out of a room when I'm talking. I will no longer tolerate those things. And so if you want to have a relationship with me, and I hope you do, it must change. You must change. An intervention is for people who are ready to take drastic steps, and they are prepared for resistance. No one receives an intervention with a smile. It doesn't happen. You will get pushback. So you're going to have enough support, friends, professionals, all circling around you, who are there to help you have that conviction and that clarity and that courage that brings about change. So you know what you know in your knower. You are certain that this is no longer tolerable and change must occur. All right. The second topic is boundaries. A boundary without consequences is not a boundary. And so this intervention letter, which we have a sample of that you can talk to our client care team, who will walk you through this process, as will our treatment team. But this intervention process, this letter, is going to say, here's exactly what must change, and here's what will happen if you decide to not accept the invitation to change, which may happen at first. And so then we say to this person, if you choose not to get specific issue-oriented treatment from someone who knows all about narcissistic and emotional abuse, that's critical, by the way. If you decide not to get treatment, and that's your choice, if you decide not to get that treatment, here is what I will do. So you've got to be prepared. So, of course, you're going to have to be prepared to step away from that person emotionally. Do I think that I'm going to follow through with what I'm saying must change. I am going to follow through. You can be certain of that. There's that conviction. Can you hear it? And there's that clarity. Can you hear it? And can you hear the courage? I know that I must have things different. All right. So if you are fed up, if you are tired, if it's time to rock the boat and it's time to change, you feel exasperated and you just can't go on with the life that you're living, then you're ready for an intervention and you're ready to set some boundaries, and we will help you with it. All right. Bringing an end to narcissistic and emotional abuse means that we are ready for an intervention and we're ready to set very clear boundaries. Our client care team is ready to help you. We have an intervention specialist, we have an intervention package, and we have opportunities for you to help walk you through this process. It is not easy. It is not for the faint of heart, but it is tremendously exciting. New possibilities are right around the corner, and we want them for you. An opportunity to get healthy, be healthy, and invite health into your relationship. All right, we're here for you. Take heart, take courage, and we look forward to working with you. Take care.